I'm connecting a little bit more deeply. All right. Okay. Okay, that was the time Weaver was speaking. I have become, I'm not going to say completely integrated, but almost completely integrated. Large portions of interactions with the Time Weaver are becoming smooth. There is not necessarily a obvious difference occurring where it's like, okay, this is Time Weaver self, full self, this is individual self. So, Time Weaver was explaining, okay, the Time Weaver who exists throughout all time, in time, around time, weaves time, is able to see all the paths that not just you, but everyone in this time space are at, and how they are moving and how it is flowing. I am seeing now the filaments moving, lots of blue, like white blue, like lots of white blue filaments are shooting out and around. As I look at, I'm going to say this time space, but it is not just Earth time space. It's not just Earth time space. It is, okay, here I am seeing it now. All right now. Okay, that's a bit of an adjustment. Hold on. I am now seeing the entire universe of the souls. It's pretty big. All right. Okay. When I was looking at this more limited time space, I was seeing lots of blue filaments shooting out and around. When I get into the bigger of the universe of the souls, okay, I as the Time Weaver am going to be, I'm showing that which is here in this space. What is happening in this period of time? We'll go with period of time because it's, yes, because she's seeing not just this moment, but she's seeing the playing out of as it is going on from this moment that she is in now to from a linear point, near future. Near future. All right. She is seeing the universe of the souls. This would be not just the physical worlds and all the dimensions that exist within the universe of the souls, but also the spiritual planes therein and all the dimensions of the universe of the souls. Okay, like a balloon with lots of Christmas lights inside. Fiber optics works good. Yes, it's like there's lots of blinking and thinking and things are moving around. There are pockets of areas with filaments coming out from the blinking lights that are, certain pockets are adjusting more readily to, okay, God is already present in the universe of the souls and moving through the universe of the souls and connecting and realigning all to divinity within the universe of the souls. It is already beginning. It is already happening. It is not going to happen. It is already happening. He is meeting distortions. Distortion pockets. I'm going to call them cultural distortions. Yes, we'll call them. Within the universe of the souls, there are beliefs and truisms that are distortions of divinity, but they've been held as truisms. And they are intertwined and interwoven in throughout multiple dimensions. This is getting very complicated here. Okay. It is a big jumbled mess. Okay? There's like knots and tangles, and it is a big jumbled mess. From, if I was trying to describe it to someone on Earth, it would look like it would look like somebody went and took 20 skeins of yarn, threw them in the wash machine, and did like 2 cycles, and then took it out and said, "Ha!" That is sort of what it looks like. God is going to detangle it. It's going to all come out right. It's all going to be aligned perfectly. But right now, it is this jump, and it's all moving still. It's like the yarn, but it's all moving in light and cranky. And happy. There's happy and cranky and what about and bargaining. Oh my goodness, please stop bargaining. All this is going on, so I'm trying. Oh, wow, this is hard to describe. Okay, breathe. Focus. We have to explain this. It's fine if I see this and understand it and can put it into perspective. But for those who may hear this, what I am seeing and experiencing as in the universe of the souls and the moving and the jumbled and the lights and the energy, though it may be of interest, it will not be beneficial for those within the universe of the souls, that are souls, to get distracted by what is considered to be truth or distortions in other cultures on top of their own. It's too much distractions. Okay. We're going to do a slight message here for in the divine time to all the souls, because there is too much chaos and too much panicking and too much wanting to hold on to that which they had. And it is not beneficial, and it is making things take too long. I'm going to take a slight connection here. I'm going to be connecting. Okay. The Time Weaver she is connected to all. And she is connected to all souls. Every one of them. They're all connected to her. And she is aware of them and their paths that they are on. She is going to talk to all the souls, directly to the souls, to the divine part of the souls. Because the soul part of the souls, the being part of the souls, are in too much chaos to hear. So God is talking and dealing with them, but she's going to also talk to them. Because all the souls in the universe know God, the source of all life. They know Him. In their divinity, they know Him. But their souls may have forgotten. Their souls may have replaced, forgotten, or put other things in the place. But the divinity knows Him. All souls know the Time Weaver. They all know the Time Weaver. But she's like, think of it, if God is like the Great Father, He's not the Great Father. If God is like a father mother originator, yes, we'll go with originator. If God is the originator, Time Weaver is like big sister. Okay? Like your big sister. And all souls know her. But some souls have forgotten who she is. So God is working on this. And the Time Weaver wants to give a message to all souls. And she is preparing. And she has decided to say this. But she is waiting so that even though it will be transmitted to the divinity of all, you may be aware of what is going to occur. Imoya nahe. Imoya nahe tanahe me. Imoya na nahe teke nahi ite. Imoya na nahe la na na. Wahe no. Hakanehe te he e la nahai no moi tanai. Omo atanai ki nehe. Komoa tanai la. Omoa na. Omoa nai na alehe ne. Elehe anaha tanehe. Anahe ni ti ana. Ati na nahe anahe. Ihata no hoka nahe. Ahino. Lahana hene hena. Hene. Omoha na lana he e nehe ne hatehe. Ako no tona e te tana helene. Mota no mua anahiti e ke na hana e hele. Omoa nehe. Amoa nehe. E ka naite. Alane. Omo. Atanehe ana. E na moa na. Na he atana. She sees you all, and she knows your fears and your anxieties and your determination and your beauty and your wonder. Your beauty and your wonder and you, that is of you, that you exist as you, will still exist. God has come. God has come and God is aligning you. Quiet down, my little ones. Quiet down. Do not try to hold. Do anything. Anything. Just come into the quiet. Let it all fall around you. Let it all tumble and twirl and go. You are safe. You are completely safe. You are in God's hands. And He is watching over you and aligning you and bringing your divinity back to its fullest brightness and beauty. But you are fighting, and the collectives of you are fighting to hold that which they have built as truths. And that is inflaming the individuals of you to align with them and holding to the truths that you have. It is not truth. It is what you have built as truth.
Truism?
Truisms, yeah. All that is true will remain. All that is a distortion will be realigned and will not exist. Do not try to align yourself with what you know to be a truism, because it may not be truth, because you have heard some say that there is many truths, that there is different truths in all reality of all of everything. There is only truth, one truth, for different situations, you may say. But there is truth. There's divinity is truth. It is a definite thing. In your exploration, you have sought to understand truth in expanded ways, and that is beautiful. But you have lost the vision of real truth and have created facsimiles. It could be seen as though these facsimiles were bringing truth into new areas, new expansions. But in reality, as long as those facsimiles were aligned with divine truth, then that is true. It could be like petals on, that is popular there in the spiritual realm, to think of a lotus flower. Think of the very center as being divine truth. And all the petals as being, as long as they are connected at their core to divine truth, are an expanding thereof truth. But if you were to take off one of those petals from the lotus and separate it from the lotus and pull, so that it is no longer attached to divine truth, that petal will no longer be connected to divine, I will call it life. Its life source, its divinity. It will shrivel, it will distort as it dries up. And if you still hold on to the shriveled, dried up petal as though it were divine truth, and look only at it, then you will, though it had been once aligned and in touching in unison with truth and life, it will no longer be such. And all that align with that petal that has been detached will also become distorted and dried up. And there have been many that have truisms, we'll call them, that started out as an expansion of divinity and the divine truth, and have pulled themselves away, are no longer actually connected to divine truth. Now, because they at one time had been, there may still be a hint of beauty, like potpourri. Sometimes in potpourri you may have dried petals, and you may still see beauty in there. And so some of these disconnected, distorted truisms may still have some of the beauty of the original, but it is not life-giving. It is not part of the divine life. It is not part of the divine expansion anymore. They are the dried petals that are at the wasteland. God is bringing all of you back into, okay, if you picture, once again, a divine lotus, because that is something that you like. But imagine coming out from it. Beautiful fractals of light that intertwine and intermix, but they all connect back to the divine center of this lotus. If you see this, and it's moving, and it's changing, and it's ever expanding, and so much light and love. Some of you have become more aligned with truisms and these dried petals around, and have lost a lot of your connection to the divine truth. God is bringing all of you back to complete connection with divine truth. All the truisms are going to disintegrate and away. They will not even be there. They will not even be there to realign with again. Okay? They're not going to be there. In this process, because, okay, some of you have had concerns and questions about whether it would be in the physical form or in spiritual form. It does not matter. It does not matter. You do not have to go into spiritual or physical. You can, that doesn't matter. It's like saying, okay, it's winter time. Do I have to be inside the tent or outside the tent to experience winter? You know, whether you're in the tent or outside the tent, it's going to be winter. So it's all going to change whether you're in the physical or in the spiritual. It does not matter. It's not even if it's. You don't even have to be in the universe itself. All of the universes are realigning in this way, because not all of the other universes are as disconnected. But there may just be a teeny bit here, a teeny bit there, and we're just going to clean everything up at the once. Everything's going to be cleaned up at the once. But for you in the universe of the souls, now is the time to not stand in the divinity. It's too much. Because when you try to stand in your divinity, you are too much aligning with truisms. And it's distorting too much and causing retangling. You know, if you have a really bad tangle and you try to untangle, you might find you're actually making the other part worse. That's sort of what's going on here. So just sit. Be still. Be as still as possible. Don't fight. Don't demand. Don't try to whatever. Just be as quiet as possible. Move through life. Divinity will show the path to you. Just move through it. Don't try to make. Don't try to hold. Do not defend. This is going to be hard because for you, of humans on earth, you are the fightingest people, souls of just defend, because of the way things have unfolded. And your divinity was not allowed the freedom and the expansiveness that it is. You have had to fight for everything and have been distorted everything. Just allow God to detangle. Allow Him to completely realign you with divine truth. And breathe and move as peaceably and as loving as you can. Do not worry about freedoms and rights, and it's all going to be taken care of. It's all going to be aligned. You can't do it. Anytime you try to make divinity happen, you undoubtedly will realign to a truism which will bring you out of line with divine truth. So please, for your own ease and sake, and for the sake and ease of all those around you, and of all creation, I am seeing beautiful, beautiful lotuses of light. Okay, just find something quiet and find something either you just find yourself doing and you don't even know why. Don't even think about why. You just do it. And if you find yourself doing something completely new and different, that is even better because your truisms aren't mixed up in it. Just if you find yourself walking outside and staring at the weeds, then so be it. If you find yourself leaning back and staring up at the clouds, so be it. If you find yourself laughing at a kitten about to pounce on another kitten, so be it. Just a quiet. And whenever you feel the sense of, yes, whenever you feel that thing called determination, whenever you feel determination boiling up in you, take it off the heat. Take it off the heat and let it be quiet. Let it be quiet. Because God is doing this. God is doing this. He is realigning it. He is not putting it upon you to realign because you cannot do it on your own. I know you feel that this is... I am not saying this to offend you. Though I know you will become offended because that is part of you. Okay. I'm telling you this because in the perceived need to push and fight, you are missing the beauty in the quiet moment. God is going to do it all because He sees it all. He sees it all. He knows it all. He knows exactly what needs to be realigned. And more often than not, when He starts to move in what's getting you realigned, and you get this brilliant idea that you're going to do this, and you're going to hold to some truism you've come across, some truth you found, and it might be truism is not real, you will most likely find yourself finding some truism and holding to that, and it might be going away. It might be being dismantled. And then if it keeps happening, you're going to get more and more lost and more confused. And when you get lost and confused, you being of earth, tend to get grumpy and angry and want to fight. So just right now, be quiet. Just don't watch the news. Don't listen to anything that feeds into you the bubbling determination. If you feel the bubbling determination, whatever you feel, the bubbling determination, breathe in deep. Separate yourself from whatever is ramping things up, and become quiet and still. Become quiet and still. And become quiet and still. And the more of you that allow God to detangle you in line with divine truth, the more others will also become quiet and still and be realigned in divine truth. And do not worry that you will be incredibly bored, and because once this starts to take off, and we can get others to be quiet in their divinity and aligned to divinity, then once everything aligns, and it will it'll be like dominoes. Those complicated domino things. You start off with one domino, then two dominoes, and six, and exponentially, and then it just goes off, and it's like maybe 50 or 100 going off at the same time, because it's just blah, 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 blah. Then it will be amazing and exciting, and you will have more than enough excitement and things to do. But right now, at this place, this moment that you're in, be still. Be still and let it fall. And let it fall. And let it fall.